Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Placement Guidance. Tomorrow, many of you are having your TCS NQT exam. So today I have come up with TCS NQT coding questions with answers which is recently asked in TCS NQT, and the questions can repeat also. So watch the video till the end and I will give you the basic idea of how to solve the questions and what type of questions are asked. So for more updates about placement, if you haven't subscribed my channel, then subscribe the channel and like the video. So let's get started with the questions. So the first question that I have taken is, word is a key. So the question statement is, it is given that one programming language has the following keywords that cannot be used as identifiers. So in a question they have given some keywords that we cannot use as identifiers. So they have given break, case, continue, default, defer, else, for, function, go to, if, map, range, and these are the words, these are the keywords that they have given. So there are total 16 keywords that we cannot use as an identifier. So next what it is saying, that write a program to find if the given word is a keyword or not. So what it is saying that so user will input one string, so we have to see that whether that string is a keyword or not. So they have given us 16 keywords, so we just have to check this input with this given string, that it whether it if it is matching with the keyword, so it will be a keyword, otherwise it is not a keyword. So simply what we can do, we can just store this 16 keywords into one vector. First I will explain you the code in C++. So what we will do, we will take a vector of string in which we will store the 16 keywords. And then next what we will do, we will just take input one string, and what we will do, like there are 16 keywords, so we will run a one loop from 0 to 16 because there are 16 keywords, and then we will check if this given input string matches with this. If it is matches with it, then we will take one flag which we will put as 1, and then at that time only we will come out of the loop, because if it is a keyword, if it is found in this, that means we don't have to go further. So what we will do, we will put a break here, and if we come out of this loop and if the flag value is 1, that means the given inputted string is a keyword, otherwise what it is not a keyword. We just have to print this. So this is in TCS NQT, believe me, the questions are very simple. Like the questions length, it will be very lengthy, but you just need to concentrate on the main words only, like what they have given to do. Like they have just given identifiers, the keywords, we just have to make the vector of the strings, and then we just have to match it with that. It's just that you need a basic logic only. So this is the code in C++ that I have explained you, and the same code in Python. So I have explained you the logic, then you can do it in Python also. So now we will come to the next question. Like I said you, the questions will be lengthy, but it will be very simple. So the next I have taken is jar of candies. So what is the problem statement? There is a jar full of candies for sale at a mall counter. So there is a jar which is full of candies in a shop. So what it is saying, the jar has a capacity n, the jar has a capacity n, and that is jar can contain maximum n. So the jar capacity is n and it cannot contain more than n when a jar is full. So the maximum, there is n candies and the jar is full then. So what it is saying next, at any point in time jar can have a m number of candies. So at any point of time, like if someone comes to ask for a candy, so shopkeeper will give, so that so after selling the candies, there will be there can also be a possibility that there will be m number of candies, but m should always be less than n. So candies are served to the customers. So what it is saying next, jar is never remaining empty. So the main condition that we are seeing, that maximum n candies are there and jar can never be empty. So these are the main keywords here. As when the last k candidates, this is candies, okay, like the last k candies are left, so jar is refilled with new candies in such a way that jar gets full. So every time the jar cannot be empty, filled again and again with the new candies when until the jar gets full. So what we have to do, we have to write a code to implement the above scenario. display the jar at the counter with the available number of candies. So we have to display the available number of candies in that jar. So what it is saying that input should be the number of candies. What we have to take the number of candies one customer orders at a point in time. So we have to input the number of candies the customer will ask for, and then what we have to do, update the jar after every purchase. We have to update the jar at every purchase and display the jar at the counter. So the number of candies that is sold, we have to print that, and the jar, the updated amount of candies left in the jar, we have to print these two things. And the output should given the number of candies sold, like I mentioned that you have to what we have to give to the output, like number of candies sold and the updated number of candies in the jar, we have to print this. And what it is saying, if the input is more than the number of candies, if the input is more than the number of candies, like so then we have to print invalid input. So what it is also given that n is equals to 10. So where n is the number of candies available. So see what it is saying, like the maximum capacity of the jar is n. So they have given already that the capacity of the jar is 10. It cannot be more than 10. And what it is saying next, like k is less than 5. So where k is the number of minimum candies. See, they have given two conditions like we have seen here, like the jar will have the maximum capacity n. See, and the jar can never be empty. These two conditions we have seen there, and what they have said, like the n they have given that the number maximum capacity of the jar should be 10, and it should not be, the number of candies in a jar cannot be less than equals to 5. So what we get from here, that the inputted value that the user will give should be in between 1 to 5, because it cannot be more than 10 and it cannot be less than 5. So suppose a jar is containing 10 candies there. Okay, so if a customer comes and he asks for 3 candies, so then if we, so what will be the number of available updated number of candies in the jar? It will be 7. But suppose if a customer came with a number of candies 8, he asked for a 8 number of candies, but what is the condition, that it cannot be the less than 5, that minimum 5 candies should be in the jar. So and the maximum capacity of the jar is 10. So do you think that 8 number of candies can a customer can get? No. So what we have to print then, we have to print invalid input in this, in that case. Suppose like if it comes for 3, so we can give them, because then the number of candies left in the jar will be 7, which is right. But if it comes for 8, then we cannot give, because the maximum capacity is 10 and the minimum capacity is 5. So we cannot give. So what we have to print, we have to print the invalid input, and the number of candies available in the jar will be 10 only, because the customer will not get any candy. So what will be the logic? It is very simple. Like they have given the number of maximum capacity, they have already given, that is 10, and the number of candies which a customer will ask, we have to input it that from the user. And then we what we have to do, like we will, that a customer can only take a candy between 1 to 5, because the maximum capacity is 10 and it cannot be less than 5. Like the number of candies should be left in jar, that is 5. So if it is, so the customer if it asks between 1 to 5, then he will get a candy, otherwise he will not. So then if number of candies sold will be k, that a customer will ask for, and the number of candies available, which will be 10 minus 10 minus, suppose if he asks for 3, so 10 minus 3, that will be 7. Otherwise, other than 1 to 5, if he asks for 6, 7, 8, any number like 0 also, so it will be a invalid input, and the number of candies available will be 10 only. So this is a code in C++ and this is in Python. See. So I hope you get the question. In TCS NQT, believe me, the questions are very simple. You just need to concentrate on the main keywords and you will able to solve both the questions. Thank you. Hope you like it.